Today I want to bring you a garage. This garage builds the most crazy cars in Thailand. That is a heck of a statement to make, but I'm going to prove this to you. And you can see here, we've got a lowrider. We've got the shortest combi you have ever seen. And sitting behind there, we've got a Mach 1. And this guy here, Kun Boost, he is the king of building crazy far out mental cars. And the thing that's going to shock you is in 25 years he's built over 300 cars and bikes, not just for customers in Thailand but for customers in Vietnam, customers in the Philippines, places like that. This guy has got a fantastic reputation and is an absolute legend on the far out customized scene. And then these three guys here, well actually we had three here, two now, they're also in Hua Hin and they build custom bikes, and we'll come back to them in a minute. Man, this garage is going to amaze you. What I wanted to do is just basically take you for a walk around this garage and just show you the projects going on, because it's unreal. The craziest cars in Thailand are built right out in the Hua Hin countryside. So I'm going to walk around and show you some of these projects, and we're going to start with this combi because I absolutely love that. This is just as small as it gets. Look at that cockpit. Yeah, that's a combi cockpit. Then you look in that back end, man, it's taking the mickey. I love it. This has been completely custom made by Kun Boost. There are no VW bits on this. You can see that is the smallest combi you are ever going to see in your life. And now we're going to see what this can do. Here we have a Subaru that has been fitted out with a combi style front end, and you can see it is all fiberglass. And then I just duck over here because we have a lowrider here, and look at the back end of that. The quality in there is absolutely amazing. Absolutely love this finish on the back handle here, but that is absolutely incredible. This pickup, I've seen this doing the lowrider thing at shows before. This is quite a famous car. It's been around on the Thai scene for a long time. But then I need to show you this Defender, because that is the highest Defender you're ever going to see. Let me just walk around the other side, try and get the light behind me and show you what's going on. That is unbelievable. It's a full fiberglass body. Every panel on that and the roof is all fiberglass, but look how that is jacked up. The size of the shock absorbers there is unbelievable. And we need to get down and have a look, because the leaf springs you can see have been dropped down. Got these giant shocks on it. These shocks coming in here, and you can see they've actually got a customized prop shaft because the diff is sitting so low now. They actually have to build a customized prop shaft. It kind of goes up and then back down again. And here we've got a Daihatsu tuk-tuk project. It has been completely restored. All the bodywork has been redone. Man, that is absolutely epic. And Kun Boost tells me this is going to get the new Daihatsu 600cc engine in it. We have a super short combi over there. And then we have a long wheelbase combi right here. And then over here we have a 57 Chevy, and you can see the roof has all been lowered down. In fact, we need to take a walk around this. That is a real American classic, and this project looks like it's taking a little bit of time. So that has gone right down the back burner list. But here we have a 620, and I absolutely love this because you can see the low roof, you can see it dropped right down, and these huge arches here and these period 3-spoke wheels, and how this comes right out. And we've got the tailgate still sitting here, although the rear end has all been remodeled and tipped back. It kind of gives it like an aero feel, although I'm pretty sure they are not looking for an aero effect on this. But anyway, I think that looks really, really good. It's quite hard to get a feel for this. So let me just come back a bit and stand over here, and you get a feel for that. That is going to be the most crazy 620 you meet in your life. And then here we have the second Mustang in here, left-hand drive. This is also swapped out with a Toyota engine. This Impala convertible, it looks like the chassis has just been done and sprayed. We've got some of the front suspension in place, and on the rear also it's got the drivetrain, the brakes, the suspension, the diff sitting there. But this is at the earliest stage of the project, and I love this kind of like bronze color. Man, that just feels so huge. These American things are absolutely enormous, and when you see the chassis like that sitting there, you really get a feel for how big these are. And here we have a classic Datsun 1300 pickup. But look at the wheels that is running on. 20-inch 235 35 tires. Man, that is crazy. And you can see those giant calipers. I have no idea what they're off. And big vented discs. Man, that is absolutely amazing. When you got 20-inch rims like that, you really need to be able to raise the suspension. So we can see independently, we can jack the front and the rear up. Down here we have a lot of cars that are kind of waiting to go. And here we've got this Combi, and I love these wheels. I have no idea what they are, but they're just totally suited. And then here we have a Lancer. These wheels are fantastic. They absolutely suited. And then here we have a Shell that looks like it's stalled at some point. But I love this. I mean, man, I kind of miss that whole crazy VIP style. It was super popular when I landed in Thailand and then went straight out of fashion. This Lincoln, this Chevrolet are absolutely insane. They're long retired projects, but they're just completely and utterly mental. I mean, the work that has gone into that is unreal. Custom front and rear screens, sunroof, and then this apparently is one of Kumboost's first projects from 25 years ago when he was first starting. And look at that. That is absolutely incredible. That is a car that has danced higher than anyone else I think has ever done. These guys just set the trend completely. That is amazing. I'd have loved to be around when that was going up and down, and we can see here some of the dampers and things. That is incredible. How the hell do you get a car to go that high? There must have been enough batteries to power half the Teslas on the planet going on in that car 25 years ago to get it bouncing up and down. And what I love is all the old projects that are just kind of hanging out here doing nothing from years and years ago. And this is absolutely amazing. A Subaru 600 minivan cab sitting here, and it's been mounted on a go-kart chassis. That is absolutely amazing. It's sitting there with slick go-kart tires on it. And it's not just that. The duck house behind is epic, but it's got the tiniest pickup back you could ever imagine. That is about 20 centimeters. Unbelievable. I absolutely love that. It's a long since disappeared project, and you see all the floors been taken out. It's still got the seats, and then you've got the go-kart bits, but this is long since retired. And what I love is the ducks hanging around. The ducks have kind of made this home, and the house is right behind. That is absolutely epic. Hua Hin isn't just about cars, it's also about bikes, and we've got some bikes that these three guys here with Kumboost have actually brought down. Kun Aik here, Kun Geng and Kun Ja. These guys are really putting Hua Hin on the map when it comes to custom. In Thailand, you think Bangkok, Bangkok, Bangkok when it comes to anything modified. But it's different. The most crazy cars come from a seaside town that has a very small car culture. Not a lot going on car-wise down here at all. But these guys are changing the dynamic. Now, we're going to get a demonstration of a lowrider tricycle. That absolutely sits up and begs. That is incredible. This thing is not just dancing up and sitting up and beg, it's going for a walk while they're doing it. They have to keep bringing this back. So you pedal this and you jump it around at the same time. Rather him than me. This is sitting up and keeping still. Although I'm not sure it's going to start jumping any minute now. But what I love with these lowrider bicycles is the amount of detail you can get onto a bicycle, which is essentially a frame, 2 wheels, some pedals and a chain. And this, you can just see the detail that's gone in here. The lowrider on the tyre walls, the steering wheel here, the bars with these gold flecks in them. Man, it's so much custom work. And again, you can see all the flecks in the seat here. And then, I don't even know what these are, these kind of things sticking out the back with a twirl in them. It's just so much work to do these. And then they kind of jump up and down. And then we look at this one here. Man, the work and the artwork that has gone into the mudguard on the back, kind of these like fake exhaust exits and all this chrome work and this tiny wheel on the back. And again, these handlebars are flecked out. It's got a belt on either side, which actually rings as well. We've got dice here, and then we've got mirrors so low down. I have no idea how you ride this. The seat is a polished, looks like stainless steel, super uncomfortable looking, and these handlebars come right out. In fact, I need to sit on this and see if those mirrors work for me. I don't want to break anything here, but actually, those mirrors, I can only see the sky behind me. Man, that is absolutely amazing. And then right next door, we've got another one as well, lowrider. Love the big horn on the bottom, the dice there. And the work that has gone into this is absolutely amazing. And the ball there, the number 8. Man, and then you look at the fabric on the seat as well. And then this one here as well, we've got the big handlebars. We've got the wheel again there. And the chrome work and the detail is off the scale. That is absolutely beautiful. This bike that didn't look rideable to me, we're going to get a demonstration now how you ride a lowrider bicycle. In fact, it doesn't look too low down on it yet. The pedals almost touch the ground, but he is off. This is lowrider cycling style. That looks a little bit on the wobbly style. This is definitely more for show than for riding, and the dog is very interested in what's going on. In fact, the dog is thinking, why the heck are you riding that? And he's actually making a lap of the place. It doesn't have a very tight turning circle. The dog is really not sure about the bike at all. And he's coming back. I think this is definitely more for show than for riding. And you can actually sit it down on the pedal. This is unusual because it's still got the original engine. It hasn't got a Japanese swap in it. Man, this place is crazy, but we do have a little bit of originality in here as well. We should also mention the owner of this lowrider, Meccan Boys. And now we're going to get a demonstration of this Chevrolet. The roof is going up first of all. Man, it's quite amazing that these things still actually work. Roof down, and it still works, and it still looks very original. Cruising mode, this is LA Boulevard Elvis style. And now it's time to dance. That is crazy. You're sitting there on 3 wheels. Well, I'm walking around garage. I nearly missed this. The tiniest scooter you'll ever meet. And this fabric finish, I don't know what you say. It looks like something you imagine out of a gentleman's club in the 1970s. Not that I went to gentlemen's clubs in the 1970s and wouldn't know, but I've got to sit by it just so you can see how small this is. In fact, I'm going to sit on it and hopefully nothing will fall off. And then from the tiniest scooter, this big Mach 1, the shortest combi you've ever seen, and an Impala sticking up at a crazy angle. Right, so I'm finishing my video right here with this Impala sitting up on 3 wheels, and I'm not getting too close in case it decides it wants to go back onto 4 wheels. But it's absolutely crazy. It's sitting there on these 13-inch rims with spokes. I would normally hate these rims, to be honest, but they work perfectly on this car. It's got a dice as the cap. Over there, we've got a bicycle at a crazy angle. Here we've got a bicycle sitting up and begging. Here we have a Datsun 1300 on 20-inch rims, which also fortunately goes up. I told you this garage was absolutely crazy. I said when I started, these guys build the craziest cars and bikes in Thailand. And you can see why Kumboos has built 300 projects in 25 years. Because the customers want this kind of thing. It's absolutely mental. Hope you enjoyed this video because I really wanted to bring you this garage. First time I came to this garage, it was dark. There's hardly any lights and there was a ton of mosquitoes, and that was about 5 years ago. And I kept saying to Kumboos, and I see him at Bangkok Hot Rod, where obviously he's got a lot of cars on show. I said, I need to come back, and finally I've come back today. I'm about 3 hours late turning up, so big apologies because the guys all turned up for me. I'm done, and as I always say at this point in my video, if you like my video, please hit the like button. You would expect something like this to be in Bangkok, not way down in Hua Hin, where there isn't a big car scene, to be honest, where there isn't even a little car scene. Anyway, I'm done. If you like this video, please hit the like button for me, and for loads more content, loads more crazy stuff from Thailand, please subscribe. But for now, I need to be out of here. See you next time.